Asa is a teenager riddled with obsessive-compulsive disorder. This disorder runs her life, and she is constantly afraid of germs, like the rare disease C. diff. After getting into a car accident, she finds herself in a hospital, where all she can hear is the voice in her head telling her about the C. diff bacteria floating in the air. And now, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Of all the places to end up in the tightening gyre, here we were, on the 4th floor of a hospital in Carmel, Indiana. Daisy left once I'd gotten upstairs, but Mom stayed, lying on her side in the reclining chair next to my hospital bed facing me. I could feel her breath on me that night as she slept, her lips parted, smudged eyes closed, the microbes from her lungs floating across my cheek, and I couldn't roll over, because even with the medication, the pain was paralyzing. And when I turned my head, her breath just blew across my face, so I lived with it. She stirred, her eyes locked to mine. "You okay?" "Yeah," I said. "Does it hurt?" I nodded. "You know, Sekou Sundiata, in a poem, he said the most important of the body ain't the heart or the lungs or the brain. The biggest, most important part of the body is the part that hurts." Mom put her hand on my wrist and fell back asleep. Even though I was pretty high on morphine or whatever, I couldn't sleep. I could hear beeping in the rooms next to mine, and it wasn't particularly dark, and well-meaning strangers just kept showing up to pull blood out of my body or check my blood pressure. And most of all, I knew that C. diff was invading my body, that it was floating in the air. On my phone, I paged through patient stories of how they went into the hospital for a gallbladder surgery or a kidney stone and they'd come out destroyed. The thing about C. diff is that it's inside of everyone. We all have it lurking there. It's just that sometimes it grows out of control and takes over and begins attacking your insides. Sometimes it just happens, and sometimes it happens because you ingest someone else's C. diff, which is slightly different from your own, and it starts mixing with yours, and boom. I felt these little jolts through my arms and legs as my brain whirred through thoughts trying to figure out how to make this okay. My IV line beeping. Couldn't even say when I last changed the Band-Aid on my finger. The C. diff both inside me and around me. It could survive months outside a body waiting for a new host. The combined weight of all large animals in the world, human, cow, penguin, shark, is around 1.1 billion tons. The combined weight of the Earth's bacteria is 400 billion tons. They overwhelm us. For some reason, I started hearing that song, "Can't Stop Thinking About You," in my head. The more I thought about it, the weirder it got, like the chorus, "Can't stop, can't stop, can't stop thinking about you." Imagine that's somehow sweet or romantic to be unable to turn your thoughts away from someone, but there is nothing romantic about a boy thinking about you the way I think about C. diff. Can't stop thinking, trying to hold on to something solid in this rolling sea of thought. The spiral painting. Daisy hates you, and she should. Davis's microbe-soaked tongue on my neck, my mom's warm breath, hospital gown clinging to my back soaked with sweat, and in the way down deep, some me screaming, "Get me out of here, please, get me out of here. I'll do anything." But the thoughts just keep spinning, the tightening gyre, the jogger's mouth, the stupidity of Ayala, Asa, and Holmesley, and all my irreconcilable selves, my self-absorption, the filth in my gut. Think about anything other than yourself, you disgusting narcissist. But I couldn't stop thinking about Daisy, about Ayala, and most of all, about the bugs inside and outside of me. And I knew I was being selfish by even making a big deal out of it. Making other people's real C. diff infections about my hypothetical one. Reprehensible. Pinched my finger with my thumbnail to attest to this moment's reality, but can't escape myself. Can't kiss anyone, can't drive a car, can't function in the actual sensate-populated world. How could I even fantasize about going to a school far away where you pay a fortune to live in dorms full of strangers, with communal bathrooms and cafeterias and no private spaces to be crazy in? I'd be stuck here for college if I could ever get my thinking straightened out enough to attend. I'd live in my house with Mom, and afterward too. I could never become a functioning grown-up like this. It was inconceivable that I'd ever have a career. In job interviews, they'd ask me, "What's your greatest weakness?" And I'd explain that I'll probably spend a good portion of the workday terrorized by thoughts I'm forced to think possessed by a nameless and formless demon, so if that's going to be a problem, you might not want to hire me. Thoughts are just a different kind of bacteria colonizing you. I thought about the gut-brain information axis. Maybe you're already gone. The prisoners run the jail now. Not a person so much as a swarm, not a bee but the hive. I couldn't stand my mother's breath on my face. My palms were sweating, and the full panic gripped me. See the hand sanitizer mounted on the wall. It's the only way. That's stupid. If it worked, alcoholics would be the healthiest people in the world. You're just going to sanitize your hands and your mouth. Please, think about something else. Stand up. I hate being stuck inside you. You are me. I am not. You are we. I am not. You want to feel better? You know how to feel better. It's just going to make me barf. You'll be clean. You can be sure. Not even a person, just a deeply flawed line of reasoning. You want to stand up. The doctor said stay in bed, and the last thing needed is a surgery. You will get up and wheel your IV cart. Let me up out of this, please. Wheel your IV cart to the front of the room, please. And you will pump the hand sanitizer foam into your mouth. Clean your hands carefully and pump more foam into your mouth. Swish it around your filthy teeth and gums. But that stuff has alcohol in it. My damaged liver can't process that. Do you want to die of C. diff? No, but this is not rational. Then get up and wheel your IV cart to the goddamn hand sanitizer on the wall, you idiot! Please, let me go. I'll do anything. I'll stand down. You can have this body. I don't want it anymore. You will stand up. I will not. I am my way, not my will. You will stand up. Please. You will go to the hand sanitizer. You already have it. Nothing hurts like this. You've already got it. Stop, please. Please, God, stop. You'll never be free of this. You'll never be free of this. You'll never get yourself back. You'll never get yourself back. Do you want to die of this? Do I want to die of this? Because you will. You will. You will. You will. I will. I pulled myself to standing for a moment. I thought I might faint as the pain blazed through me. I grabbed hold of the IV pole and took a few shuffling steps. I heard my mom stirring. I didn't care. I pressed the dispenser, rubbed the foam all through my hands, pressed it again, and shoved a scoop of it into my mouth. "Asa, what are you doing?" my mom asked. I was so embarrassed, but I did it again because I had to. "Asa, stop it!" I heard my mom getting up, and I knew my window was closing, so I took a third shot of the foam and stuffed it into my mouth, gagging. A spasm of nausea lurched through me, and I vomited, the pain in my ribs blinding as Mom grabbed me by the arm. There was yellow bile all over my pale blue hospital gown. A voice came from inside a speaker somewhere behind me. "This is Nurse Wallace. My daughter is vomiting. I think she drank hand sanitizer." I knew how disgusting I was. I knew. I knew now for sure. I wasn't possessed by a demon. I was the demon. Thank you.
You're attached.
Thank you.